Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for The Mighty Thor issue 1. Before I start talking about this issue, just want to give you guys a couple updates. Of course, I have Comic Uno episode 121, and that's a show where I review all the comics I read this week in one show. And here are the exclusive comics. We have Fathom Blue, issue 5. I Hate Fairyland, issue 2. Fader Down, issue 1. Power Cubed, issue 3. Star Wars, issue 12. Tomboy, issue 1. Robin Hood Holiday Special, issue, or just 2015. 6, issue 1. Star Wars Kanan, issue 8. Batman and Robin Eternal, issue 7. Invincible, issue 125. The Beauty, issue 4. Earth 2 Society, issue 6. Star-Lord, issue 1. Martian Manhunter, issue 6. And Savior, issue 8. So if you want to go check out all those reviews, go to Comic Uno, episode 121, which is annotated. Let's start talking about The Mighty Thor, issue 1. Now, this is a book I was really anticipating for All New, All Different. I've never been a big Thor fan, I'm going to say that, but from the last volume of Jason Aaron's run, I became a Thor fan because we had this mystery of the new Thor, and also the new Thor was a bit more relatable. She had less of this Norse god speak, and she had the word bubbles that you could actually see what she was thinking. So it was a kind of a cool, you see both best of both worlds type thing. And then, you know, throughout the whole entire series, I'm like, it's definitely Jane. It's Jane. It has to be Jane. She would have the most interesting story. And then in issue 8 of Thor, we did find out that the new Thor was Jane Foster. And I thought she was a great pick. Again, with everything that she's going through, especially now with her cancer, and also her history with Thor. I thought it was a really good pick for the new Thor, and it really excited me to read this series, even though we had to wait months for this story because of Secret Wars. She wasn't really in Secret Wars, so after the reveal, it took 8 issues for the reveal. We had to wait even longer to finally get this issue and to finally see Jane's journey as Thor, and hopefully we'll get to see her even more in the other series, which we are starting to see in Avengers and her making cameos in other books so far. And it's only the start of All New, All Different. Beautiful cover right here. Really love the artwork. And it's actually an extended cover, so really like that. It's worth your $4.99. I don't really know why it's doubled right here, though. Yeah, I don't know why it's doubled. But, yeah, I think it's a $4.99 book. Pretty sure. Yeah, it's $4.99. And the artwork, the interior artwork is gorgeous. Look at this. Just a kind of a two-page spread here. I mentioned this in my written review on the Marvel Report, but just seeing the detail of this elf's eye, you see kind of them being controlled in this, and you can tell the pain in their eyes from that one page, and that shows talent in the artwork. Another thing I really liked was this opening scene, which I'm going to talk more about in the story too, but just the small details of seeing the poison going into Jane with the chemotherapy. I thought that brought some really good detail to the artwork. I mean, there's so many pages I can mention. Here, just seeing the double identity, beautiful artwork over there. I really can't say enough. I mean, it's just beautiful. Love it. Also, even her saving the satellite. Look at that detail over here. So, really some great pages throughout the issue. But let's start talking about the story. So in this issue, it's a really good jumping off point because Jane is saying, hey, I am the new Thor, but also I have cancer. She doesn't mention that, you know, she's the ex-girlfriend of Thor, and I don't think that's needed here. So you have that history, if you know that, from if you've been reading Thor, which honestly I haven't been, because I told you I'm not a big Thor fan. So I think this is a great jumping on point for new readers and new people who want to get into Thor and into Jane Foster's character. So going into it, she mentions that she has cancer, and she really describes what it's like to have cancer, and not just to have cancer to be dying, but what it's like to get chemotherapy. Because then we find out the twist is that every single time she becomes Thor, she's dying because it takes out the chemotherapy, because it kind of heals her, or at least the hammer thinks it's healing her. But the cancer is still there because it's a part of her, so she's dying even more. The breast cancer is now spreading throughout her body, and even though she knows she's dying and, you know, she quit being Thor, there would be a possibility of her maybe not dying, she continues to do so. She continues to become Thor. She can't help but help people. And she wants to help people. It's her decision to help people. And that's the reason she's not telling anybody that she is Thor, because she knows they're going to stop her. And she doesn't want to be stopped. She wants to be the Mighty Thor. And in the beginning of, well, we'll get into that. Also, we get to see Thor saving the day a little bit, actually her being Thor on Earth, and then we go to Asgard and we see what's going on over there. That Odin is kind of being this ominous presence of fear in Asgard, and that's also making people want to not like Thor because he's not liking Thor, and they want to capture Thor. Jane's also a senator. She's a senator for Midgard, and she's trying to describe, no, I think we should trust Thor, and obviously people are not agreeing to that. And it's now Odin trying to capture Thor. And then there's also this war that's going on throughout the realms, and that has to do with Loki also. So that's kind of a cliffhanger we get to see in the issue, which is going to obviously continue for the next issue to see how Jane encounters Loki. This will be for the first time seeing Loki and the new Thor face to face. So what I really liked about this issue is how much setup there was. A really good setup. We get set up for the war that's gonna come. We get to see Jane again in Asgard, but also on Earth as a hero. We see kind of the triple lives. There's a lot of lives Jane holds right now. She's a senator. She's Thor on Asgard. She's a hero on Earth. There's just many roles that she's taking. She's a doctor. And that's actually something I really liked about this issue, too, is showing a lot of Jane's personality traits. Like her being a doctor. We see that actually weave throughout the issue of her. She tried to save somebody, and the S.H.I.E.L.D. medics weren't there right away, and she's analyzing him and trying to be a doctor and trying to see how he was hurt. And I like that because that's something different that we're seeing with Thor. And I mean, the best part of this issue, I would say, is the first half of the issue, where we get to know Jane a little bit more in her situation, and the narration's just beautiful. Again, it's just so human, and that's the best thing to say about this series. It's not that Jane is human. She's not from Asgard, but it's such a human story because she's dying, and she understands what mortality is. And you have that contrast of her being a god. A perfect page to show that is her wrapped up in a blanket, weak from the chemotherapy. And she says, my name's Dr. Jane Foster, and I'm also the Mighty Thor. I might not look like it right now, but I am. So I thought that was just a really good contrast page. And I'm excited to see if it'll continue to see Jane's side of life, or they're going to continue more of like, let's just focus on Thor. But I think they're going to show the double life really well. At least that's what they're showing in the first issue. And I'm excited to see the Realm War too, and where that goes. As someone that's, again, not a big fan of the Asgard stuff, this actually really does interest me. And I think they set it up in a way where you don't have to be an all-time super fan of Thor to enjoy this issue and to enjoy what's coming. And that's what I really liked about it. It was a really good jumping on point. It made you feel for Jane's character, and it's something different that we haven't seen with Thor. And the Mighty Thor actually is my pick of the week. I really liked it, and like I said, I've never been a big Thor fan, but this really impressed me, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where Jane's story goes. And it was just a really heartfelt story at the same time. So, the Mighty Thor issue 1 gets 4.5 stars, and it is my pick of the week. So hope you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there's links from my comic book, like Father Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father Like Daughter. I'll see you guys later.